About where the white gravel starts, there'll be a second row. One group of wells is going to go off, and there'll be one unit, one group of landowners, which this property owner that lives here actually will share in both units, since this property, the site is on his property. So he'll share that unit going that way. And then the other 6 wells that are drilled in that row are all going to go off in that direction. All of this back area is cut out, which will have our production equipment. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but he's put kind of a tank laying on its side over there. That's the first thing. As the gas comes out of the well, it'll go into that. That's what's called a sand trap. And what we did whenever we fracked this well, we used a water and sand mixture. Any sand that comes back out, we don't want it getting into through the rest of our equipment. So it gets into that sand trap and gets caught. Then from there, it'll go with the next piece of equipment, the GPU, which stands for gas production unit. And it has a burner in it that one of the problems you got, this well, if you've got anything over 600 pounds and enough volume, of course, whenever you go to restrict the pressure on it, you create the same thing as air conditioning. So this will freeze immediately. So our well stays open. It'll be full piping size completely to that gas production unit where the gas will get heated. It gets heated to about 175 degrees. It'll go through a choke system at that point, which lets us take the pressure down on it. It'll come out of there, and that has 3 dump systems on it. One, of course, is our gas going out. The other one is water, which will go into water storage tanks. And the third one is for the condensate. The condensate from there will also go into that small green tank back there, which will get moved up here in line. It just allows another area for us to get more water out of that condensate. And there's 2 dumps on it. The one, of course, will go into the water tanks. The other one will go into those 2, we call them propane bullets, which are going to be moved back here in the corner. That's the reason for the fire you see back there behind us. We had, testing this well, we had pressure on those. So I'm just flaring the gas to get rid of it safely, so that those won't have any pressure on them whenever we bring a crane in to move them. What happens, those get moved back there. So our condensate will come out of that low pressure separator and go into those propane bullets, and it'll still have pressure on it. We maintain about 125 pounds on that condensate. If we was just to dump that into open tanks like you've seen over the shallow well, a hot day like today, you could lose a quarter of it every day. You could sit there and watch a tank and you'd see huge amounts of fumes coming off of it, and it would be vaporing off. So by keeping it under pressure, it keeps it in a liquid form. And then like the transport along propane trucks that you see on the highway every day, they come right up here and we hook them up to a pump, and we pump that liquid right onto their tanks. And they, depending on the size of the truck and how brave the driver is going down the hill, they can take anywhere from 8,000 to 8,500 gallons in a trip down off of the hill.
Winter and summer.
Winter and summer. We will be, in future plans, just because of the amount, and that's like I say, something we found out by operating this well a little bit and testing it, the amount of condensate these wells are going to produce, it makes sense to put in a pipeline system to get it out of here. So that's what's going to happen in the future. There will be some kind of a tank to put it in initially, and then it'll be pumped into a pipeline and be piped out, which keeps it safer for everybody that, we don't have these trucks on the road. But for right now, that's how it'll work. Coming out of our compressor with our gas will get treated into a filtering system, and it'll go from there into what they call a D-high unit, which the D-high basically has a glycol. And they do make a environmentally friendly glycol now, and it will, the glycol is heated, the gas travels through that glycol, the glycol picks up the water that's in the gas, and then as it's heated, it just goes off in a vapor, into a tank, so you get rid of your water out of your gas, and from there it goes into the pipeline system. This is a wet pipeline system that they built up here. It's a 16-inch pipeline. It's considered a wet gas system. So from here, instead of going to people's homes and everything, this gas goes to a grinding plant where we cleaned up all those liquids, whatever propane and condensates left in it will be collected out of it and be turned into dry gas and be put in the home. Like that.